Welcome to episode 20-something of the episode podcast.
I think it's either 21 or 22.
Hey,
Either way.
I'm Brady. You're James. Just kidding! April Fools! Woo! We're doing a joke podcast. Hey, my name is... what's the name? It's not James. Jeff Bacalar. That's a Giant Bomb cast guy. Doesn't even work.
I'm Bobby Bokoblin.
Dude, you listen to any podcasts?
I haven't really listened to any.
I listen
consistently.
I listen to the Giant Bomb cast every week. Sometimes I listen to the Giant Beast cast. They're a much better podcast than us, but I mean they're professionals. They know what they're doing. I said they know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. They're just that good. They just know what everyone's doing. Hey, welcome to episode of the podcast. I'm your host, James. This is your host,
Brady. And
today we're gonna podcast. So, what do you want to talk about?
How are you?
I'm pretty alright, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I feel like I haven't been getting, like, as much done this month as I could have been. Because I've been kind of, like, burnt out after doing that April Fool's special. So I've been kind of taking it slow. I got the 40 Winks video done this month. That was one I was really proud of.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to like that, and it performed a lot better than I thought it would. It's at, like 130,000 views. It's quite a bit more than what a video usually does. I haven't had a video do that well since Glover, and I really didn't expect it on 40 Winks, because that's like a who's heard. I got so many comments being like, "What the hell is this? I don't even know what this game is." But I don't know what got the clicks, but the whole thing I did with the Nintendo Power magazines really resonated well with people. People really seem to like that. So I'm doing something kind of similar for Space Station Silicon Valley, which is the next thing I'm working on. Because I have the issue of Nintendo Power right here, the Turok 2 issue, that has the Space Station Silicon Valley coverage. Ooh. And I talk about how I used to see like the renders in this when I was going through them again in college. Yeah. But yeah, that's a game I'm doing now. I finished it. I got it written. Probably going to record it tomorrow. Yeah. I need a new microphone. Did I tell you about that? No. Whenever I plug my microphone in, it goes until I like punch it a bunch until it stops. And it's starting to become like, because that's the same microphone I use on Discord. Yeah. So whenever I'm talking to Michael, he's like, James, fix your mic. And yeah, I need it. I ordered a new mic. Okay. I have a Samson condenser mic. I ordered a newer Samson one. Okay. It was only like $70, which is less than what I paid for that one, but I paid for that one when it was much newer. This thing has been like busted. I'm surprised this has lasted this long. Yeah. It's literally held together with duct tape, taped to a tripod. Like I've dropped that thing so many times.
Before even knowing me, really, didn't you? I
had it before I started the channel. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's not true. I got it before I made the Star Tropics video, which I put out April 2nd, 2014. 2014. I've had that mic since 2014. That's like 5 years I've had it. Because it's April now. So I've had that mic for just over 5 years. I think I got a good run out of it. I mean, it still works if I twist it a certain... There must be a connection on the inside that's not being made. So if I like kind of twist it in a certain way, it'll stop. I might have to record the new video on that, which will be a pain in the ass because like I'll have to make sure the audio waves don't just explode.
No late night editing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I actually had a little bit of a problem with that for the 40 Winks video. No. Because when I was what was that?
I thought
you said no, like I know you didn't have a problem.
But like I did hear that as well. I was like, so I was like,
when your brain tries to say two things at once.
No.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Anyway, when it was for the on-screen segment, so I couldn't just re-record it. Yeah. So I would have had to set up all the shots, all the camera and everything, and I would have to. And, my hair and clothes would be all different, so I would have to redo the whole on-camera segments. So I was able to save it by just putting the file into Adobe Audition and then just using the noise removal feature. Where I highlighted just isolated buzzing, and I was able to get rid of it, and it sounded just fine. Yeah. So that wasn't a problem. God bless Adobe Audition's noise removal feature. Like when I found that out, like. That was a lifesaver. Yeah. Like, there's some grindcore videos where, like, the audio sounded, like, kind of shit, and I was able to make it sound way better. That thing's... I don't even know how that thing does it. Capture noise print. That's what it's called. You do that. Yeah, and I also did Escaped Chasm was the other video I did.
Yeah, I was watching a bit of that.
Yeah, that was Temmie Chang's game.
Yeah.
So she finally made a thing after like helping people with their things.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. I was really worried it was going to attract like the Undertale people that like, because every time I've done an Undertale related video, whether it's Undertale or Deltarune, I've had like an avalanche of just shitty people in the comments just being ridiculously angry, picking a thing apart.
More or less the toxic end of it.
Yeah. And this time I didn't get that, which good. I was surprised. I did get the occasional comment being like, hey, so it's Undertale 4? It's like, what? Or Undertale 3, they were calling it.
Yeah,
some
like,
people.
funny.
Good. I mean, and I think a big way I was able to avoid that is by like evaluating it as not a thing, because I'm sure a lot of people like I looked it up and I see a lot of people being like new Undertale, Escaped Chasm, and because people are trying to bank off of that to get clicks. I know Game Theory. Remember when Game Theory did that with Heartbound? It didn't even say the name of the game. It's like it's an Undertale thing. It's like, you gotta respect the source material.
Yeah.
So I challenged myself to do that video without saying the word Undertale once. That was not, the word Undertale was not in the script. Yeah. So I was like, how am I gonna, because I need to establish people know Temmie from that game. So I was able to do it just by, we're from, and then that was the way of doing it without even saying the word. Hey. But I think like just, I touched up on that so briefly that people really were able to look at it as something new and not related to that at all. Which is, how it should be. Yeah. And that was a cool game. I mean, it was really short. I think I said in the video it was like an hour long. Because it took me an hour to get through it because I was being really thorough, trying to get footage of everything. Yeah. I realized you could probably beat that thing in like 20 minutes in your first playthrough. So I probably should have like 20 minutes. But it was really short. And after that, I've just been playing Space Station Silicon Valley. That's what I'm working on now. I like that game a lot, but it's pretty roughly aged. It's got a lot of things I don't like about it. There's a lot of levels that have me tearing my hair out, frustrated. But I mean, it's such a unique game. There's nothing on N64 that's like that. I don't even think there's anything on GameCube or like any. Yeah. And I don't think there's anything period that's quite like that. The way I think I could best describe it, it's like a multi-character puzzle platformer in the way that Donkey Kong 64 kind of is. But it does, like 40 Wings, and I bring this up in the video, it does multi-characters better than DK64. Yeah. Because, like, DK64, you gotta run all the way back of the barrel.
Yeah. A lot of backtracking.
Yeah, in this game, it's like, you kill an animal, they're all robot animals, so you kill a robot animal, and when it deactivates, then you can, you're like a little chip that controls animals, so you can just, like, jump from that animal to the next one. Okay. And since they're just all over the place, you're just kind of, like, grabbing each one and doing each thing, and it's, like, every time you get a different animal, some animals can jump, some animals go faster, some animals can fly, some animals can swim, so it's like, okay, there's a body of water here, I'm going to jump into the fish and go, and it's, like, it's just so on the fly, and it flows a lot better. Yeah, it's such an interesting game, and I had a lot of fun with it. I also played the PS1 port, which they called Evo Space Adventures for some reason. This was only released in Europe.
Instead of Space Station Silicon Valley?
Yeah, it was Evo Space Adventure, because Evo's the name of the little bug chip that you play as. This is the worst port of anything I've ever played in my life. It is so bad. It runs at like 8 frames per second, and it runs at like half the speed. And one of my big criticisms of the game is that some of the animals go really slow, so you got to be really patient with it. But it's even slower in this one. There's like a full second of input lag. Like if you push up on the stick, it's like, imagine a full second passing before you start moving.
Oh yeah.
And then when you try to turn, same with that. It is
Trust
ridiculous.
me, I play Smash Bros. Online, so I know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know about delayed.
Imagine that, but like a PlayStation game, and there's no reason for it.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
It's awful. But they did fix. Did I ever tell you about the glitch in Space Station Silicon Valley? It was a glitch in that game where one of the golden trophies, one of the optional items, you can't pick it up because they forgot to program collision. So you just walk through it. That's like that's the one thing that game is like infamous for. In the PS1 version, it's fixed. So in like the god awful version,
you have to play the shitty one.
Yeah, you can actually
complete. That's ridiculous.
I mean, you can just use a cheat code. Yeah. You don't even need Game Shark. There's just like a button combination you do with the start screen, or the level select screen, to unlock the final level you would unlock for getting them all. It's just like, you ever play that like that, I don't know if it was Vectrex or DOS or whatever, what it was originally on, but, you know, asteroids. You play as, like, the arrow, and you're just blowing up asteroids. It's just that. You just unlock that, and it's really boring, so it's, like, not a good reward. You know the people who made Space Station Silicon Valley make the Grand Theft Auto games now?
Rockstar?
Rockstar North. The people who made GTA 4, GTA 5, yeah, they made that game. How crazy is that? Because they used to be DMA Designs, and I said this in the video, I was like, I've never heard of DMA Designs. The only other thing I recognize when they were DMA Designs is like Lemmings, which was published by Psygnosis, and then Body Harvest, which is a game I really want to try that sometime. And Body Harvest, you kind of see hints of Grand Theft Auto in that, where it's like an open world-ish game where you like jack cars and stuff. Jack? Who says Jack anymore? Well, jack a car. Oh, excuse me. I got a coffee. My tummy's making me burp. Hey, and then, they made the freaking Grand Theft Auto games, and then Rockstar bought them and turned them into Rockstar North, and now they're, like, one of the biggest developers on the planet. Yeah. Like, talk about greatness from small beginnings. What's that Latin quote from Uncharted? Nathan Drake's uncle, or whatever? You don't know what I'm talking about. You never played Uncharted, did you?
Man, talking about old stuff, I remember when GTA 5 came out. I was in junior high.
You were in junior high when it came out? I guess I would have been...
Because it was on the Xbox and PS3.
That was... Yeah. Was that 2012?
I think so, yeah.
Was that... That couldn't have been 2012. That was... When did GTA 5...
2013.
I never played it until it was on PS4. Yeah. It came out 2013. There's no way you were in junior high in 2013, because I was graduated then.
I might have been...
Because you're only 2 years younger than me.
But
you were 3 grades below me.
I graduated from it.
Okay.
Because I graduated in 2015. I remember people talking about it coming out. Yeah. That's what I was... Yeah. Okay. So, still old as hell.
Yeah, that was like a huge thing. I mean, Grand Theft Auto is like probably like the, if not like one of the best-selling franchises of all time. Yeah. New GTA games like crazy. I wonder what GTA 6 will be like, because they got Red Dead 2 done. So I wonder what that'll be like. Yeah, how much like GTA games have you played?
I played Vice City. I played San Andreas. I played Grand Theft Auto 3. I played a bit of 4. When
I was younger, probably in high school, I knew a guy that I was friends with at the time. I don't. His name was Chris. I haven't seen him in like ages. Because when my mom used to live way out, I would go with her for like I would go back and forth between my mom and my dad after they got divorced. Yeah. This is like in high school when she lived in a certain like wherever. There was this guy named Chris I used to hang out with because he was like the only dude around there that I knew. Yeah. And he had San Andreas, and I used to play it at his house a lot, and that was a really fun game. But the only other ones I played like probably Vice City for like 5 minutes. I didn't like it as much as San Andreas. And I also played 4 a little bit. I couldn't really get into. The only GTA game I played a lot of was 5. I probably got like 2/3 through the story of 5. Yeah, never finished it.
I found I was more into the story of 5 than I was the other games.
I really liked. I think 5 had a really good hook. Yeah. Like, I mean, it starts with the cold open where you're robbing the bank or whatever, but when you start playing as Franklin, you're just like the everyman, like trying to make it, and then he encounters like the Tony Stark, like rich dude. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna teach you the ways of the crime world or whatever." It's like this. I really liked that. 4 is supposed to have a really good story too, but I didn't get anywhere in it. So I didn't really... I only got to the part where it's like, oh, there go, my cousin is here.
My cousin is here. You want to go bowling? Get the fuck back here. You want to go bowling?
Do you remember when that was like the biggest meme? Yeah. Hey, cousin, want to go bowling? Everybody was saying that. Nobody would stop saying that. It was at a point where it was like... It was as annoying as like Arrow to the Knee became. Yeah. Like it was... That's so weird. Because it, like, we remember Arrow to the Knee. I don't know anybody who still brings up Nico, let's go bowling. Yeah. I remember when I was with Robbie and Alex one time, we just kept making bowling jokes. Like, hey, cousin, you want to go rob a dentist or something? We would just say, like, hey, cousin, and some stupid bullshit after. We're just laughing at that all night.
You want to drink 2 glasses of water?
Yeah, man. 1 for me, 1 for you! Hey!
And then we can go bowling.
Then we can go bowling after. God. What were they? Russian? Middle Eastern? I don't know what they were. They were some sort of foreigners. Yeah. I don't remember. I don't even know. Niko Bellic. That's got to be Russian name.
It does sound.
All I know is that they were immigrants.
Yeah.
But yeah. Man, I didn't expect to start talking about Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Not even a series I really care that much about, but I mean, it's one of those things that's like so big. I'm interested in seeing the next one. I never really cared about Red Dead though. Like I played Red Dead Redemption, I thought it was boring, so I never got the second one. I hear the second one has the same kind of problems Rockstar games typically have, where it's like, I watched the Nakey Jakey video. He put it in a better way than I could because he's more experienced with those games than I am.
A lot of people are just like, I beat the story, played online, I got killed a lot, that's why I'm returning it or trading it in. And I'm like,
okay, because you work EV now, so
and I'm just like, I got killed a lot, and I just say to them, probably was my brother. My brother plays online, he kills a lot of people, he just goes around, starts shooting and causing a bunch of shit. Your
brother plays?
Yeah, he plays Red Dead. But like, just get that game returned a lot.
Well, I mean, a lot of people probably own it.
Yeah.
It's like one of the
it was like...
Was that last year?
Selling like hotcakes.
But it was last year, because I was with Dylan in November, and he got it,
because I was hired in November. Yeah.
So you've been working EB for like half a year now, I guess.
Yeah, just about.
Still don't have like those full-time hours though.
No, but they're increasing slowly.
That's good.
Subway is like, I'm putting in my 2 weeks tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where it's like it's affecting me badly. As I've told you.
I mean, like, you're always telling me about how stressful that place is for you.
And I've noticed that over the past few days, like, my energy has been drained after, like, my big meltdown. Like, I locked myself in the employee bathroom, and I just, like, went into a huge rant at one of my friends.
Jeez.
And, everything was just a mess. No one did their job when I was there. On top of that, I couldn't do any of my stuff because I was cleaning up after everyone else that wasn't doing their job on that Easter Monday. And then I was stuck there till 12 o'clock with someone who was new, who was inexperienced with most of the stuff. So it was overwhelming for them as well. So it was overwhelming for me. Yeah. So didn't have enough hands on deck, didn't have enough time to clean, and then I got chewed out because something wasn't done right. And I just said, well, other people should have been doing their jobs. Because I could have focused more on mine.
Your location sounds like it just needs a better management. Because you told me she's literally an alcoholic. She needs to fucking smarten up and hire some competent people and get shit done.
Yeah. So at this point, I even I messaged because my family was out at dinner up at my aunt's, and I just said I was I'm putting in my 2 weeks. I just had the biggest meltdown, and they were like, okay, and I was like, actually. Better yet, I want to try to see my doctor soon as possible. Because, the amount of energy it sucked from my body, I was streaming and people were like, you look very tired.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I am. But I want to stream. Because, it's a distraction from that stressful crap.
It's an outlet.
It's an outlet. Yeah. It gives me more of a positive flow of energy. So when I was doing that, I looked tired, but I was having a good time. And then, the past few days, I've just, pass out. Once I'm, laying down or something, or I'm sitting there, I just pass out. Kai looks over at me, and it's like, wake up. And I'm like...
Yeah. Where's Jackson?
Yeah. Yeah, where's Jackson? He's back home, buddy.
Yeah, that was one time we were coming home from New Jersey, and, I was sleeping in the airport, and Brady was, just awake, and I woke up really disoriented. I was like, where's Jackson? That was our friend in New Jersey. I don't know why.
What's up,
I was so confused. I had a moment like that when I worked at Shoppers. There was a day that was just so stressful and so overwhelming, and I just couldn't handle it. And that was the day I decided to launch a Patreon because I'm like, I need to get out of retail. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now. This is I can't be doing this anymore. This is just it's people that haven't worked retail don't realize how fucking stressful that shit is, or fast food even.
Yeah, and then there's the ignorant people that do it for a small amount of time.
Yeah, that
have it a little more easier, in the sense, and then they say it's not that hard. You're just a millennial. You're weak. Blah, blah, blah,
you're just a millennial.
I'm like, no, it's just a shitty area.
Yeah,
you don't know what it's like. Come work here.
I've I've literally had a guy. Did I tell you about the guy that would steal perfume?
Yeah.
Like almost assault me. Like I could have been killed because a guy was robbing the fucking store. It wasn't an armed robbery or anything. He was stealing like perfume.
But he was threatening.
He had his son stealing shit for him, and when we finally called him out for it, he almost fucking like. Yeah. He almost like got in a fight with me. And I had a fucking anxiety attack. I've never been physically like that close to being like assaulted or even like killed before. And I was like, it's not worth it. Minimum wage. This is not fucking. And they pay you the least amount of money they can, so you can do this. And it's like, this isn't worth it.
So not fucking worth it. So you can smile at this person that is now threatening you verbally. Yeah. I find that we always loop back to those stories with our podcast. But what I was going to say was, even yesterday at EB Games, this one lady, apparently she's known for like being very, very shifty.
She's a customer?
Yeah, customer, and she's very aggressive. And she shouted at one of my coworkers and went, it's like, are you accusing me of something? This and that, blah, blah, blah. And, like, she had a bag full of stuff to return.
That's what they always do. Yeah. They try to play the victim. Are you accusing me? And they think that'll, like, make them less suspicious.
Literally, my coworker asked, did you get these thumb grips for your controller in another set? Or was it with the pack? They go, are you accusing me? Because the last few times I've been here, you've been very sassy with me. And I just looked over, and I'm like... It's like there are just psychotic people out there. They need help.
When you work retail, you deal with the world, and the world is an ugly place full of ugly people that'll do ugly things.
Yeah. I gotta say that was my first time seeing someone like that
at EB.
Yeah, and I'm perfectly fine with that because if it's that frequent there, because we're in dead season. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm just tired.
You worked at Christmas season, didn't you?
Yeah, I worked at Christmas season.
How was that?
It wasn't bad.
That's good.
I had no problems with it. Everyone was in good spirits. There was obviously big lineups and stuff, and I tried to be as friendly as possible, as open to helping everyone. And like, even like if I'm out on the floor, like speaking with people, throwing out suggestions, helping them try to find something, and they're in the lineup and they come up, I'm just like, I'm sorry we didn't have much of a one-on-one because it was so busy. Yeah. But if you want me to look up anything right now, I can, since we're up at the front of the line. And it just kind of like washes away that negativity with them.
That's good.
And it's just...
As long as you're like friendly, you know. It's got to be both ways.
But with like fast food, it's just like, this should have been done 5 minutes ago. Like, and I'm like, more pickles. And I'm like, shut up.
I feel like fast food, if people feel more entitled when ordering fast food, I find. Because it's like... It's a sandwich, I want it done now, I'm going to eat it, and I'm like going to evaluate it right now. Where like if someone buys something, they're going to leave and then have a problem with it later, not there if they have a problem with it. And if they do have a problem with it, they just return it. Yeah. You know, it's and I find like fast food, like you go there, they know what they want, and you either have it or you don't. But like if you're retail, people are more forgiving if you don't have the thing or you sold out. Yeah. And if they're looking for something that's hard to find, then they can be like, oh, thank you so much, which is not doesn't happen at fast food. Yeah, I'm glad I've never worked fast food. Hearing you and Alex and Robbie talk about it sounds like a fucking nightmare.
It's very draining, and like I say this, I'm only working there to support my family. Like. I'd be fine without a job, really. I mean, like, society would beg to differ, and, like, money would beg to differ, but, like, I'd rather do without.
Yeah.
I'd rather do without.
You should, work at the dockyard. Nick makes, like, $50 an hour insulating ships for when they go to the Arctic.
Well, doesn't, like, Nick work with, like a homophobic guy? Like...
Oh, Nick works with some shifty people.
Yeah, like some shifty people. Like, no, thank you.
When you're working with like bro ass like redneck dipshits doing physical labor at a dockyard, you're bound to meet some ridiculously awful.
Because I know my buddy Kyle when he was working in a moving company. They were very like unsettling. Like they were like very openly. Insultive towards people of different race, different sexual preferences.
That's crazy.
Yeah, things like that, and they would just like crack these like unfunny, very offensive jokes, and I'm like, I don't know how you're doing it, dude. And he's like, I'm not. I'm actually quitting. And I'm like,
wow, man, I couldn't be around people like that all the time. No. I mean, the closest I had to that was when I worked at Toys R Us, and there's this like bro guy who's always talking about fucking girls. He's like, looks at me, and he's talking about queefs, and I was like, I was in probably 11th grade. I don't know what a fucking queef was. So I was like, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh, bro, next time you're fucking a bitch, like, just boop, 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 and then, like, pull it out slow and goes, that's a queef. And I was like, can you fucking, like, die, please? Fuck, man. That's the worst I ever had, but I mean, yeah.
I remember at McDonald's, I was reading the newspaper on my break.
Yeah.
And there was, like, a robbery and stuff and blah, blah, blah. And, like, we had, like, one of these older employees. Like, she was probably in her 30s, 40s. Yeah. And, like, it was someone about robbing a car in the newspaper and stuff and blah, blah, blah.
It was probably that guy that robbed us with the perfume. Because that guy, it turned out he was stealing cars, too.
Yeah. There was, it was, like, this probably, like, I'd say 28, 30-year-old white guy who, was stealing cars and stuff, and he got about like a month sentence or something like that. And then like she came back and she was talking to me about it, and it was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, like that's ridiculous, only 1 month, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, no, people should get it longer. And then she was like, yeah, I know, like if it was like someone like you'd probably get it longer. And I was like, why? Because of this? Like, I literally said this. I was like, because of this?
Like, I get the point she's making.
I was like, haha, but like, that
I don't
in a sense, it's ignorant. It's ignorant. It's just to blurt it out there.
It's kind of insensitive to kind of pin it on a person you're talking, like, because it's like you, because you're black, Brady, because you're black. It's like, I get it, okay? Like,
it is. Black History Month, and I just want to say Happy Black History Month because you're black.
Yeah. Like, that's a running gag we have. I must have told you about the lady that complained about Harriet Tubman?
Yes, you've told me that plenty of times.
I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but there was this is before I worked at Shoppers. Yeah. There's a post office in Shoppers, and there's like a monthly collectible stamp for stamp collectors. Yeah. And there's this older woman. She's probably in her 80s, and my manager told me about this. And she goes up and she goes, oh, there's a colored woman on the stamp this time. I remember when they weren't allowed in the theaters. Those were the good days. And my manager said, you need to leave. Like now. And she's like, why? It's like, oh my God. How do you not see a problem with what you just said? It's fucking crazy. Like, it's so easy to, like, not think that, like, prejudice and racism and homophobia is still a thing. At least not in Canada. Yeah. But I mean, when you work retail and you see like a lot of people daily, those people are still around.
Yeah.
People are still around, and it sucks, man. It sucks.
Oh yeah.
That's what we gotta do to them. Get rid of them. Send them to the moon.
Moon's. Yeah.
What are they gonna do there? Nothing. There's nothing to do on the moon.
Moon around.
Moon around. Oh, moon around. Man. You got into some, like, real talk there for a bit. Man. It's a real top podcast. I'm spilling stuff all over myself today. I was at Tim's getting a coffee. I told you this. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It looks the same.
I know, but hats. It's new. It's new.
Okay.
Walmart had a bunch of them, so I'm going to probably get a bunch more. So, the Brady hat lives on.
Why do you need more than one hat?
You never have too many hats. Infinite hat.
You just need one hat. You just wear it.
Yeah, but like it'll get worn down. The last one I had, Velcro on the back was starting to fall off, and I was like...
You ever see like She Says His hat?
Yeah.
Boundary break, like it's like falling apart. He still wears it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm like for the ones that get worn down, I'll probably just do like battle damage. Battle damage, like char it up and stuff. So I remember, if there's like a need of an explosion, right? Like,
my friend Corey was like that. Like he would be building cosplay stuff, and he always wanted battle damage. And I'm like, well, you just made it look worse. No, but it's battle damage. It just looks like shit, dude. You just fucked it up. I was gonna sell some. Oh yeah, I was at Tim's, and I was like. I bought a pizza for us, and I was waiting for you to come off the bus, and then the bus kept going. I'm like, oh, Brady's getting off at that stop. Shit. I start running, and I put the pizza on top of the coffee so I wouldn't spill it, I like half of that thing was all over my arm and my hand by the time I was at the bus stop.
Which side were you on?
I was on this side. Like, the bus is on that side. I was on this side.
Well, that's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think...
Because, like, when the bus is coming this way, it's not going to stop on this side.
I know, but I thought you were going to get off across the street and then cross the street, by the two.
No, because literally I was like, yeah, we usually take this way. I'm going to get off that way.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah.
I thought you might have saw me, but like, hey, it's James, I'll get off the bus.
No, I was like, hey, this music's pretty good.
I was going to knock that off, but I missed. Hey, what's up? It's the episode of the NItro Rad podcast. Is it the NItro Rad podcast? Because this is your podcast too now.
It's the Brady and James show.
Oh, Lord. So, Thanos Endgame, or whatever the fuck it's called, is coming out. It came out. It's out! Hey! I'm going to watch it tomorrow. When are you going to watch it?
Whenever I can get the money.
I'll give you money.
Oh, it's okay. I don't need the money for that right now.
All right. Well,
I just bought my airplane ticket, so like.
Lately, I still gotta buy my airplane ticket. Lately, I've been just watching all of the MCU movies.
Yeah.
I've never really cared about superheroes other than like I like Spider-Man. I kind of like Batman. He's okay, I guess. But I mean, like, never was terribly interested in MCU. Like, I saw Iron Man 1 and 2 in theaters, and I saw Guardians of the Galaxy in theaters. But like that was it. Those was like all the ones I saw. But like. I kind of wanted to watch Ant-Man for the longest time because I really like Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd's great. So I watched Ant-Man 1, and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to watch Ant-Man 2. And then I felt like there's a lot I was missing because they're talking about stuff that happened in like a different Marvel movie. And I was like, what's going on?
Shit, I got to go all the way back.
So then I just watched Infinity War after. Yeah. I watched Ant-Man 1 and 2, then Infinity War because I'm like... Because my mindset is, like, I remember when Infinity War came out last year, like, that was, like, the biggest meme of the whole year. The Thanos snapping his fingers, everyone crumbles to dust. Yeah. And, like, I feel like I was not part of the biggest conversation in recent pop culture history. And I was just, like, I felt like a bystander, and I felt kind of lame. And, like... just from seeing all those memes, I know who Thanos is. I know these characters. I'm kind of interested in it, I guess. So I watched Infinity War, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch Endgame. But then I started I wanted to rewatch Iron Man 1, because I'm like, I wonder if that holds up. And Iron Man 1 is still really good. So I watched Iron Man 2, because I remember hating Iron Man 2. I saw it in theaters when I was, I think, in 9th grade. Or 10th grade, one of those two. And I remember finding it so boring, because back then, when you're younger, I'm like, I just want to watch the action scenes. Yeah. They're sitting and talking, and Tony Stark's dying, and there's a lot of drama to it, and I wasn't interested. But, like, now that I've watched, like, actual movies, not to imply that Marvel movies aren't real movies, but, I watch a lot of drama movies. I like drama movies, so it's like, there's a lot of, I liked it a lot. I liked Iron Man 2 a lot. I liked the villain who's like, give me my bird. I want my bird. My bird! Have you seen Iron Man 2?
I've watched, I think, 1.
Okay, so but
I haven't seen 2. Like, there are, like, gaps. Wait, was it that goofy, comical villain dude?
No, he's like this big, bulky, like,
okay, then no.
Middle Eastern guy.
I haven't seen that one.
I am Whiplash. I don't know if he's Middle Eastern.
Whiplash.
No, he's definitely not Russian. I don't know. He was. I don't know what he was. Yeah. But yeah, and then I watched those two. I'm like, while I'm just like, I just watched 5 Marvel movies. Fuck it, let's watch all of them, baby. So I watched. Over the past week, I've been watching probably 1 or 2, not every day, maybe every 2 days.
Yeah.
I watched Captain America, I watched Thor, I watched Avengers, I watched Captain America Winter Soldier. I skipped Thor Dark World because everyone tells me it sucks dick, so I don't watch that one. I hear it's boring. I watched Captain America Civil War, I watched Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm not saying them in the order I watched them, I'm saying them whatever I can think of. And I watched Thor Ragnarok last year.
Yeah.
Last night. The gods were like, you said the wrong word. The gel fell off the light up there.
Jesus,
it wasn't even me. Yeah. Well, it was just held on with a little piece of tape. It's bound to fall off. Surprised it took that long. Thor Ragnarok was really good. I see why people like that movie a lot. Because, like, out of all of the Yeah, that really made me laugh. There's Thor was like the one's hero I was the least interested in because I don't fucking care about Norse bullshit. He's like, oh, I'm Thor. I got a cape and a hammer, and I'm from thunder. And I'm like, this guy is this stupid. I'd rather the Tony Stark billionaire super cool robot man. Yeah, that's more my speed. But after watching the first Thor, like. I maybe it's just the actor that plays him, but he's like a really like lovable, fun character. Like I really like Thor a lot, actually, and he was great in Thor Ragnarok. He was like there was parts of that movie that like were really funny that made me like actually laugh because I know like Marvel movies all kind of have that same like B+ snark. And, like, a lot of people like that, but I never really was into that. I don't really laugh at these movies. Yeah. But Thor Ragnarok, I felt, had, like, way more of that, and a lot of it I still didn't like, but there was still a lot of moments I did laugh really hard at. Like, when Hulk's like, you don't like Hulk, you like Bruce, you're Bruce first. Like, no, I hate Bruce. Bruce's like, oh, I'm a scientist, you number. It was, like, something you would do, and I was, like, cracking up at it. Yeah, Thor Ragnarok was not what I expected from a Thor movie. It's not like... Because the first Thor is going between, like, Earth and, like, Asgard is, like, Norse place. Thor Ragnarok, they just, like, stick him in outer space. It's like a Guardians of the Galaxy, like, space adventure, cyberpunk movie. Except Thor's just like, I don't know what I'm doing here the whole time. And it's, like, really... it was really good.
I took the wrong bus.
Yeah, exactly. Wrong bus. Yeah, I loved Ragnarok. That's probably my favorite MCU movie that I've seen. Yeah. I think Ant-Man. The first Ant-Man's probably my favorite one. I really liked Ant-Man. But that's, again, I like Paul Rudd a lot. And Ant-Man's more like a heist movie than it is a superhero movie. That's one thing I was also surprised. Like, all of these movies aren't just superhero movies.
He's like an anti-hero, in a sense?
Well, he's not really. Yeah. No, it's more so like, all the genre isn't just superhero. Yeah. For every single movie. Like, the first two Captain America are like spy thriller movies. Yeah. Which I didn't expect. I thought they were all just going to be superhero. But, like, I guess when there's so many of them, they try to make a lot of them different genres. So they're not all just the same thing. Yeah. I also liked Age of Ultron a lot. I thought Ultron was a good villain.
I loved Ultron.
So you saw which ones have you seen?
I've seen Ultron. I've seen Infinity Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy. I've seen. I know I've seen a bit of Iron Man 1. What else have I seen?
Do you remember Yukino? Black Panther. Oh yeah, I remember when you saw Black Panther. I still haven't seen that.
I enjoyed that one.
Do you remember Yukino Joe's Iron Bad? I'm Iron Man. One day, Tony Stark was walking through the desert. He got kidnapped by terrorists. Remember that fucking video from like 13 years ago? Yeah. God.
So, Infinity, Ultron, Panther, Iron Man, Civil War, and I swear I've seen some other ones.
Civil War was okay. I liked the parts when Peter Parker was on screen. There's a lot more to him than I thought was going to be in there. Ant-Man was in it, which was cool because I like Paul Rudd. And Paul Rudd's like, hey, Captain America, wow, you're so cool. I'm Paul Rudd. Hat wiggle. Teen. I don't know. I think Paul Rudd, I just think of that Tim and Eric skit because I like Tim and Eric. Oh, speaking of Tim and Eric, Tim Heidecker is in Ant-Man 2.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, he's just some, like, random, I'm the marine boat guy, there's a whale. Oh, that's not a whale, that's Ant-Man. What the heck? I don't know.
It's just malarkey?
It's just Tim Heidecker being very Tim Heidecker, and I like that a lot. I love Tim Heidecker so much. Eric Warheim's a little weird. Yeah. I mean, they're both weird, but, like, I used to follow them both on Twitter, but Eric's Twitter is just kind of, like, a little bit too weird for my taste. So I just follow Tim on Twitter. But, like, Tim on Twitter is usually just like, I'm angry at this thing that happened. I'm like, okay, Tim. Whatever. You know, he's hilarious, though. You ever watch Decker?
Decker,
It's that, like, spy show where it's like, I'm Decker, I'm the spy man, and it's imagine, like, a shitty Garanicor video, but that's, like, the whole series. Oh, wow. And it's just him being, like, spy stuff with really bad green screen stuff. It is so fucking funny. I think you would love Decker. Like, imagine Tim and Eric, but it's James Bond. But also, it's like, you can tell they make up all the dialogue as it goes. Like, Mr. President, I'm gonna open this suitcase, but it might blow up.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Watch out.
Watch out. Yeah. Like, he's just fumbling over all of his words. Like, any time that I'm making a Twitter video where I'm like talking like that, it's literally me just channeling Decker.
Yeah.
When I do that.
So we'll see you next time.
So see you next time.
I like your video game vlogs. Those are
I literally copied. There's a guy named Big Joel who did like the same thing, and I just did what he did. And he follows me apparently. I don't know when that happened, but he commented on it. And he's like, "Wow, look, seems like a lot of people are doing these vlogs lately." And I'm like, "Wow, yeah, very, very popular. I guess they're on the rise."
And then Ant Dude comes in being like, "You copied me again."
I'm gonna kick his ass someday. Like that.
Who's going to Con Bravo, isn't
he? He might be. He doesn't know yet.
Doesn't know?
Yeah, doesn't know yet.
That's okay. I'll tell him to come.
He gets hooked up with, like, stuff all the time.
Yeah?
I don't know. That guy knows how to network.
Did you see he won the Team Sonic Racing
He was
trophy?
at the Sonic London.
That was wild.
He flew to London for that event, and he won that trophy. That's crazy.
That was cool. Congratulations on
He was telling me about that. He was going to go there.
Yeah.
It's funny. He added me on Discord recently, and he started talking to me literally when I was watching Ant-Man. I'm like, dude, I'm literally watching Ant-Man, and Ant Dude messages me. What the heck?
I'm trying to watch Ant-Man, and then here comes Ant Dude.
Yeah,
what's the deal?
What's the deal with Ant-Man? Are you an ant or a man? Make up your mind.
I thought the ant raid was supposed to hurt you, not bring you.
Who's your favorite superhero from the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Deadpool. No.
He's not in the MCU. He's like in his own dumb thing.
I like Iron Man just because of his snarky ways. Tony Snark.
I think Tony Snark.
But like Thor's a good time. He's a funny dude.
I think Ant-Man's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh no, Spider-Man. Tom Holland is like the best Peter Parker they've ever. What I've heard a lot of people argue, Alejandro told me this, I hear a lot of other people say this, and I definitely agree. Like, when it comes to, like, the recent live-action Spider-Man actors, a lot of people say, like, Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker, but not really a good Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man, but not really a good Peter Parker. But Tom Holland nails both, and I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I also love watching those videos where Tom Holland was, like, trying not to
spoil it, and then everyone's like, "Don't know."
Yeah. When like there's interviews where Benedict Cumberbatch literally just goes, "Ah!" like right in the middle when Tom's talking. There is one where he like accidentally leaked that they're making a second Homecoming. He's like, "Yeah, well, you know, when we were filming the first Spider-Man."
Not that there's going to be a second one.
That there's a second one. Just fucking blew it, man. Apparently, with Infinity War, he didn't even get like the full script. Like everything was blacked out except his lines. They couldn't trust him after all that PR bullshit he leaked. God, Tom Holland's great though. I love watching interviews and stuff with him. He's hilarious. He's younger than us. He's like 22.
Oh my god, that makes. So he's around my age.
Yeah, he's around. I think he's
turned 23.
I think he's a little younger than you.
Yeah.
How old is Tom Holland? How old is Tom Holland?
Man, when I was on my way here on the bus, school's just letting out for the high school kids.
Yeah.
So everyone was on the bus with a backpack, and I'm like, oh man, I feel like I'm a kid again. That's not good. Yeah. I want to get out of here.
He's born June 1st, 96, so he's 22. You're
so
July?
He's 1 month older.
So a month older than you. Tom Holland's older than Brady.
Yeah.
Here's your fun fact for the day.
Actually,
Your button's still on screen.
Yeah, I know. I forgot.
What are you doing?
I gotta go. Something's cooking.
What is this bit?
Something's cooking.
What are you doing? Will they let us bring that pizza into the theaters?
No. They'll be like, oh, outside food.
What if we bring it in anyway? What if they say stop, and we say no, and we walk past them? What will they do? What are they going to be like, get out of here? No, they're going to be like,
No. You go, Pocket pizza.
Pocket pizza.
Ah! Ah!
We still gotta make that Pizza Man video where like two of us like tackle the pizza guy.
Yeah.
And it implies that we're eating the pizza. When it cuts to the ground, the pizza's uneaten. And
we finally did another Granicore video.
What?
Bread cooker.
Bread cooker. Oh, we finally did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally just like, we were trying to think of a Granicore video, and we messaged Alex, hey, give us a Granicore video. Alex starts typing immediately, and it's all of that. And we're like, wow, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Kind of remixed it a bit, added some things in.
Alex told me after I sent him the video that whole thing is exactly how he pictured it in his head. Too. So it turned out like it was good. It was his vision was preserved.
Good.
But yeah, we did a Granicore video. Granicore, for those that don't know, we have a second channel where we do sketch comedy.
Where all the production goes. You know how it is.
Yeah. I mean, like I've had that channel for way longer than NItro Rad, actually. We don't upload it to it often because it's literally something we just do for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was. There was. I didn't know if we were gonna be able to do the shots where like you're in the dark, because it's like in your mind or whatever.
Yeah.
But my mom recently moved.
Yeah.
She moved to Newfoundland for a new job.
Yeah.
So her room was vacant. So we just was able to go in there, and it's a much larger room than here, and just turn off all lights and light it, and you can kind of see the door in the background one shot. I should have upped the contrast a bit to try and like.
That's just the exit out of my head.
But yeah, and I tried to do the Thor Ragnarok thing where like the lights spinning around the. I guess you wouldn't have seen that, but like the Valkyrie flashback, there's like some crazy technology they did where the lights were like, brrr, and it looks crazy beautiful. So I just took one of the lights. It was doing that to your face to kind of make the shadows like twirling around your like features, and it looked kind of like interesting. Yeah.
Oh man, Vec was saying it's like is there like actual lore behind half of this stuff? And oh, if you only knew.
Oh yeah, there's the Granicore lore goes deep.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we don't think of it.
We don't think of it, but like
when we think of it after, we're like, oh, that can tie into this one because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This definitely ties in with this here.
So none of it is deliberate or planned. It's just
accidental lore.
It's accidental lore.
Yeah.
It's literally accidental lore.
Yeah.
Because things just kind of like connect in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just work with the sauce, and if you get a new taste to it, you're like, oh man, that's going in column A. This is going in column B. This is going in Brady. This is going in James. This is going in Alex. Man. And when Alex is gonzo, we're gonna have to Kermit and Fonzie.
Kermit and Fonzie.
Fozzie, not Fonzie.
Who's Fozzie?
Fozzie Bear. He's a Muppet.
I don't know.
Anyways,
much about Muppets. I never really watched Muppets.
When Alex moves, we're just gonna have to consult him about ideas.
Yeah, we'll just ask him. I mean,
just be like,
came out with a really good one.
Alex, our George Lucas, incite to us this knowledge.
Well, yeah, just then until like in 10 years, he just gets a little nuts.
You need to remix this and add more CGI to the Brady.
Maybe you put like a CG Brady instead of the actual Brady. I think it would look better.
Yeah, with a 2001 engine. Like, okay.
The thing about Alex's videos ideas is like they usually don't have a funny ending. He's like, and the guy dies, and it's like, well, we need a better ending than that, Alex.
I think when it comes to endings, we're pretty.
We usually make them up on the spot. Yeah. Where I'm like, okay, that's the last line.
Yeah.
But this one was like when it ends with you going bread cooker. Like that was a perfect ending. Yeah. So for once, Alex had a good one. Yeah. When was the last time when you like died in a video? I don't think you've died in a video in a long time. Because that used to be the punchline of every video. Is like you die, but I think we kind of got away from that because of like we're just doing the same thing over and over.
Well, I think it kind of stopped after Evil Brady was a thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Just like coincidentally.
And we killed the hat. In a sense.
Killed the hat. Yeah.
But just because you kill a hat doesn't mean you kill a Brady.
Most people don't know what we're talking about, but I don't care. Shit. Watch the GCU, the Granicore Cinematic Universe.
If you can handle Marvel, you can handle Granicore.
Yeah, they're short too.
Yeah.
Probably take you less than a day to watch all the videos on that channel. Yeah.
Freaking half the stuff on there, I laugh my ass off every time.
We'll have to make another video in the hotel when we go to Con Bravo with Mark and Andrew and Michael.
can we at least do it on the last day so if we do get kicked out, we don't need to go anywhere?
Yeah, like, we almost got... There was one video we did for Granite Core. We did it with our friend Jackson, who was in town at the time.
With Alejandro as well, yeah.
Alejandro as well. Yeah, and it was like, Yokai Watch versus Pokemon versus Digimon, and it was just like us screaming and destroying the hotel room for like 8 minutes. That's the video. Then someone came up and complained, like, hey, we had a couple of noise complaints, or like, sorry.
The thing, though, was, we were at the vending machine, and we were just heading back.
Yeah.
And we seen them knocking at the door, and then they kind of turned and looked at us, and we were just, like, kind of, like, talking quietly, and then we just kind of stopped, and we're like, okay, we got caught. And we're like, yeah, so can you not do that, or you're gonna have to leave? I was like, oh, man, okay.
I've never had someone complain about the ways, like, from me before.
Oh my god. But as soon as you were like, pizza delivery, and then you're like,
oh yeah.
That was like...
It cuts to me with, like, in my underwear with a chicken hat on, and I'm freaking out.
That's like, the only video you'll probably see me, like, close to full nudity.
Oh yeah, you were, like, in your underwear for a shot,
That's, like, the wildest I've ever gotten.
We just went nuts in that video. I'm surprised people haven't clung onto that, because, like, when I do something weird on screen, people, like, cling onto it, like, you did a weird thing one time! Like, in the Eric Andre thing...
I'm going to hold this for 15 years, and when you forget about it, you're going to be embarrassed.
Exactly.
Like, no.
I don't know. I don't understand my mindset. Like, in the Eric Andre thing, I drank pee, and I get people replying to me on Twitter, you drank pee, and reply with a video. I'm like, okay, yes, I did. It was a bit. It wasn't real pee, you know that, right?
It was Gatorade.
I wouldn't actually show myself doing that. It was a decision that I wanted to show everyone. Why are you replying to me like it's an embarrassing thing you saw me doing? That was deliberate. I don't know. People are weird. But yeah, people really are hanging on to that me drinking pee clip, but people reply to me with a gif of that all the time. They're like, yeah, that's a weird thing you did. It's like, yes, it is. So I'm surprised people haven't found that clip of me in my underwear with a chicken hat freaking out in the hotel room. It's just nobody watches Granite Core. No one. It's like, I advertise it on Twitter all the time, but no one watches it. I tweeted like, hey, just letting you guys know, Nitro Rad's actually a side channel, Granite Core is a main channel. I was just joking, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
And I got a bunch of comments being like, okay, sure, I'll stick to Nitro Rad. I'll be like, I was like, fuck you, jerk.
But like, the funny thing is, though, it's like, if it's like an on-screen bit with you and me, they're usually like, yeah, man, I would like some more of this zany shit. Where's the Brady and James live sitcom? Oh, sorry. Where's the live sitcom? And I'm like, over at Granite Core, check it out.
I got a lot.
I'd rather stick with that.
Yeah, I get so many comments being like, I want more James and Brady. It's like, I'm going Granite Core. There's more James and Brady. I'll stick with Nitro Rad. It's like, what are you fucking... I give you what you want. You don't want it.
Big baby heads.
I'm angry and mad! Just kidding, I'm neither of those.
And mad. I'm older!
Earlier, Brady forgets the punchline is 7, 8, 9. He goes, hi, 7, I'm older than you! And starts like... God.
Dumb.
That was funny. Let's go see Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Oh, we should talk about Labo VR. Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah, it's not that great.
It's like, I guess it's like a cute, fun, neat little thing if you've never done VR before. But as like experienced PSVR users, it's kind of lame. I've played the Mario Odyssey VR thing. Yeah. I thought it was dumb bullshit. Like, yeah, I'm looking at Mario and I'm moving. It's like, well, I may as well just play Astrobot because they had made a fucking game out of this. It's like, hey, it feels like a fan project, like bare bones thing. The Breath of the Wild VR is, like, not very good either, I don't think. Because, like, head tracking, when you're in Astrobot, when you're looking at a character in the third person, when you look, it has to be on the axis of the person who is looking through the VR. But it's on the axis of Link. So, like, say I look like this, it's like you're rotating around him, and it's, like, so vomit-inducingly, like, disorienting and weird.
Instead of just using the analog stick for that, and then actually have
that's what it should be. The analog stick rotates around him, and then you can like look freely stationary.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. And then when it's nice when you aim the arrow and you're kind of like looking to aim, like in Resident Evil 7 or any game where you like aim by looking. That works really well. And I really like when you click on the right stick to bring up the telescope or whatever it is, a Sheikah Slate, and you zoom in and you're looking through that. That's neat, but it's just they did not do a good third-person camera, VR-wise. It's just not good.
Yeah.
And also, the resolution, as I suspected, kind of looks like dog shit. Because it's 720p screens split into two things, so you're looking at like 360p image quality, while the PSVR has a 1080p screen. It looks much better. Yeah, I know, they tried. They tried. But I mean, like, it's definitely like, here's a fun doohickey. Like, the Labo VR is not going to be a serious stab at VR. I mean, it doesn't even have a head strap. You have to hold it to your face. Yeah. You're not meant to play that thing for very long. It's more like, this is cool, I guess. I don't know. I hope Nintendo tries VR again, because I would love... like
that isn't like Labo?
That isn't Labo. I'd love to see like a real VR from Nintendo. The other thing about it, obviously, is like it only has gyro looking. It doesn't have, there's no head tracking, which is also a little thing. It's literally a Google Cardboard, you know.
Like, I still feel if they were to make a headset, they kind of add like the HD rumble effect with it.
Into the headset?
Like into the headset, so in itself, where it's like, it still has kind of like the sense of the gyro motion, as well as just the fact that it actually connects, right?
What do you mean it connects?
Okay, so with the headset, slide in the switch.
Yeah.
Have it connect. Lock it from the underside with like a plastic holder. So it's stuck in there. You can use the HD rumble of the headset. That is the technology that was implemented into the controllers, in a sense, where it's like you have the gyro motion. And then you can still use two controllers without having to have it up to here.
Oh,
yeah. So, like, definitely that.
What does that have to do with HD Rumble, though?
Well, tilting, moving your head.
Brady, I don't know if you know what HD Rumble is. Because you keep bringing it up, and I don't think you know what HD Rumble is. Just haptic feedback.
Well, that too. There you go.
HD Rumble doesn't detect tracking motion. HD Rumble is just the rumble. That's all it is.
That works too. It'll stimulate your ears.
There is nothing in that controller. There's nothing in that controller that could detect head movement. It's just going to detect the tilting. It's not going to get this. You're just going to get this.
Sounds to me like they need to go back to the motion bar. Sensor bar.
You would need like 3 sensor bars. They would have to do it the way the Vive does it. The Vive has like 3 sensor bars.
Nintendo Swive.
The Swive.
Speaking of the Vive, I tried that out at the Geequinox.
Oh, yeah, that was that.
And every time it's like, oh yeah, this is better than PSVR, and I'm like, man, you guys are really pounding that out there.
People, full PC gamers are pompous and
I'm like, that's cool. I'm just playing with my PSVR, you know, because that's cool.
I mean, the resolution is better on the Vive, but that headset is not nearly as comfortable as the PSVR.
It isn't, because like when they were putting it on, I was like, eh.
Yeah.
It's like, get a PS4 headset design, and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
Speaking of PC, I got a new PC.
Oh, yeah, you finally got a good
$14,000. No, $1,400.
$14,000.
$1,400.
Kind of
$1,400.
Like some like
$1,400. It finally happened. Like, I was
Canadian,
like,
by the way.
Canadian. I said, I was like, it doesn't matter what's going on. If my family needs money, this time I'm saying no. I'm saying no about this. I'm saying no about this. My brother needs to borrow money. Too bad. Should add money for that. Finally got that computer.
Is your brother gonna have a real job?
Yeah, he's working. He's working as a sampler for liquor stores now.
A sampler?
Yeah, if you go into a liquor store, usually you'll see like a booth where it's like, oh, we got this drink. You want to try this? He goes to various different liquor stores now, where he samples them out to people. So.
I thought you meant he was just drinking and
sampling. No. They pay him to drink.
Yeah.
So by the time he gets out of there, he's like,
that'd be terrible on your stomach drinking every day.
Oh, yeah.
That would terrible for your liver. I mean,
yeah,
you get pretty fast too.
So he's doing that. But I finally got that computer. Finally, streaming's better now.
You used to stream in 600p.
Yeah.
Now you can stream in 1080.
I did a test stream. I actually have like kind of like a proper countdown that swaps to an intro, cuts to a fade, and then cuts the fade into me, and I'm like, yo, what's up, gamers?
What's up, Brady?
What's up, Brady?
Oh, I meant to ask you this. I didn't. Robbie and I recently, we streamed on his channel.
Yeah.
We did the Ocarina of Time 2-player mod,
yeah.
but with a randomizer ROM. Oh, and it was so much fucking fun. It's up to like more than 2-player.
Yeah.
So if you want to stream like Ocarina of Time multiplayer with us sometime, and you can stream it to your channel, and he's streaming to his channel as well, that would be something we should do sometime.
Yeah.
I think you'd like that. How well do you know Ocarina of Time? Because it's randomizer, so you're going to know it pretty well.
God, I've played Ocarina of Time quite a few times, so.
Because Robbie and I did the multi-world one, where we both have a randomizer ROM, and the items are random differently in our games, but some of his items are in my game and vice versa. So like if I get Robbie's hook shot, it goes to his game. He's got the hook shot.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, but we couldn't get very far with it. This one it's one world, and we can both see each other. We can interact with each other.
Yeah.
And it's like we share items. So it's like.
So once you get something, you get
like
something.
When I find the hook shot, we both get the hook shot, but it's random. So like every item, like any item could be any item. So like you beat you open the chest for the slingshot. It could be 5 rupees. It could be Deku Nuts, or it could be the light arrow. It could be anything.
Yeah.
It is so freaking fun.
I was gonna play it with Chili once, but I couldn't get it to work on my older PC, so I was like,
well, you got the new one, so you should do that with us sometime. It took Robbie and I a while to figure out how the fuck to get it working, but we got it working.
I want to get Mario 64 multiplayer online working again. I want to try that again.
Yeah, I could never get that working.
Yeah. I got it working once, and then I was just like, nice, and then my computer died, and I was like, nice.
Nintendo pulled that thing the fuck down.
No, they were like, oh, no, don't do that.
DMCA.
I'm like, you do it then. You make a game like this.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the problem with. And this has been an argument, a conversation like a while ago. Yeah. And I wouldn't have a problem with Nintendo taking down these fan projects if they taking down ROMs if they offered an alternative. Like if Nintendo hosted a website where you could buy all those games, it wouldn't be a problem. Yeah. But like the only way you can play Conker's Bad Fur Day. That's a bad example because you can get a Rare Replay now. Well, there you go. Like, you can get Conker's Bad Fur Day on Rare Replay because Microsoft and Rare has made that accessible.
But if you
can
want
buy
to play
that.
the N64,
if you want to play like if you want to play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, you're gonna have to pay like $100 friggin' something for it. It's not available. Nintendo's not made that available anywhere else. So it's like, of course we're going to emulate it if we want to play it because there's no better option. And I think, I definitely support the argument. Piracy is what people resort to when there's no accessibility. Piracy is a result of lack of accessibility. And Nintendo's really bad at creating accessibility because like, Nerl did a really good video about this. He's the guy that made that Is Majora's Mask 3D a bad remake? Which is also a really good video. With that obnoxious fucking thumbnail that you probably hate seeing and you recommend it.
I'm like I don't want to watch it because of this thumbnail.
I know, but trust me, it's a good video. It's actually a good video. That guy's channel's great. He made the argument that like that if Nintendo actually made these things accessible, people wouldn't pirate them. And then he also says, like, you know, with the Wii, they had a big library of NES games that was all accessible. Yeah. But then with the Wii U, they started over. It's all gone, and then they're adding stuff again. And then with the Switch, they start over again, and now they're only adding NES games. It's like you can't just like every time you have a new piece of hardware, and plus the Wii shop channel is gone. Yeah. You can't buy games on it anymore.
The only game I got is Majora's Mask.
Really?
Yeah, off of that.
Damn.
Because I just didn't have money for it.
Yeah. It sucks. It sucks that like Nintendo needs to do a better job of having a place where you can purchase these things, so we won't have to go to emulation. And it's funny because I get a lot of people. I used to get a lot of comments like from people thinking I hated emulation. Because I always make it a point to play the original game, to have the game when I review it. But I do that for accuracy purposes. Because I feel like you know, if you're watching a documentary about ancient Egypt, this is the example I always use, are you going to watch it from the guy that went to Egypt and was actually there and did their actual thing?
Or a guy who read up on it.
Or a guy that read about it, did a simulation. I'm going to watch the guy who actually went to fucking Egypt, you know?
If you're reviewing an actual copy of it, right, that was on the original hardware, you're seeing how it ran, how it performed, all this stuff.
I'm playing it as it was when it came out, when it did.
Not because you're like, emulation is a sin, don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's like, and I made that clear in the Rule of Rose video. I said, like, if I say like, I always make it a point to play it on the original hardware. But if you don't want to play it, by all means, just emulate it, because you don't need to pay $100 to play a video game just because it's hard to find. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I think video games need to be accessible, and if they're not, pirate them. Hey, you're a pirate.
Man, I played Left 4 Dead. I scream a lot.
I don't condone piracy. I should probably say that so I don't get arrested.
Yeah, don't do piracy. Don't do the pirate's life. Pirate's life.
I'm just saying. I understand why people do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame anyone for doing it, but if Nintendo wants to combat it, they have ways of doing it that they're not doing.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. What were you saying?
I played Left 4 Dead on my computer at the highest quality. Whew, man, I scream a lot.
Oh yeah, you don't do well with like
literally all I hear is like a zombie charger guy come running in like, and then all you hear me is go ah! Like that, and then you just see me go flying.
When you were playing
Killing Floor,
Killing Floor, you were like freaking out.
Yeah, like
you just
It was basically that.
You gotta get that game so you can play 2-player.
I gotta get Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2 is such a good game.
Yeah, I want to stream that. I want to play that.
It's not. I would say it's not terribly scary, but I mean, like
everything's scary to me.
Everything's scary to you. You find the original Resident Evil 2 scary, which blows my mind.
It's just I don't know. It's like the sound quality of the zombies.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird. Like low poly models are like beautiful things and scary things at the same time.
I think like I'm scared by the original Silent Hill still. Like Silent Hill is like low poly, but it's like because the darkness and the movement. Like it's mostly the children in that first school area. The way they kind of wobble as they move. Like it's just the way they move is just like and of course, like the twitching heads in Silent Hill 2, that's I don't really find that too scary, but a lot of people are disturbed by that. It's movement. Movement's a big part of it. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching the Nitro Rad.
We're going to see Captain Marvel.
Are we going to see Captain Marvel?
I don't know, are we?
If you want to go see it. I mean, I'm watching, like, that's the only one that isn't available by legal means that I'm definitely watching them on, but that's the only one that's only in theaters right now, so we should go see that in theaters. I definitely don't pirate movies. Please don't call the cops. Thank you for watching my podcast.